Well. Man, the Dallas Cowboys news cycle today is pretty slow. We don't really have a lot of things going on in Cowboys land. But there is something that has grabbed my attention that I want us to look at for a few moments today. I'm going to get off probably earlier than I normally do. I want to do some work in the studio today. I got some stuff in that I want to work on. I'm going to make sure I want to be up and running on draft day. Got quite a few things happening. We are officially 2 weeks away from the draft. Oh man, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting to see what do the Cowboys do day one. And unlike in years past, guys, we're not going to have to sit there, even though I would prefer this is what we were doing because we had won the Super Bowl. But in years past, we are typically sitting back, watching, and then we get to around mid-20s, and then the Cowboys pick an offensive lineman, and we go like, really? So this year is going to be different for us. We're going to be at number 12. There's going to be a lot of fireworks before us in the top 11 spots. I think there are going to be some surprises. I think the story of the day is going to be on Thursday is Shedeur Sanders. I really do. Now, the story of the day for us will be the wide receiver if Ted McMillan falls to us or by some just miracle that Ashton Jeanty fall to us. So we'll be interested in what skill player do we get first, or will the Cowboys surprise us and get someone else. But I really do think the big story of the day is going to be where does Shedeur Sanders go? Because if the New York Giants don't get him and he gets past the Saints, ooh-wee, man, it'll be crazy. But I think draft day is going to be exciting, and it's going to be a very exciting year for the Dallas Cowboys. And so, let me get to my topics. I'm going to tell you what the topics are going to be. Of course, there's not a lot of news out there. Give you the topics, roll call, quickly back over the topics, and then on to our first topic. So, this is what I have in store for us today. Not a lot. I want to look at the 30 visits. From what my understanding is, the Cowboys have not done the 30 visits. They've done, at least the list I got, I'm going to make sure I give the guy credit that I got this from. It looks like they've done 16 of the 30. I couldn't find a list where it was completed, so it leads me to believe it's probably accurate, or as accurate as it can be up until it looked like April the 8th. We're going to look at the Dallas day because some of the locals, the Cowboys were able to call them in and not use them as the 30-day visits. So we're going to look at that. And then I think what we'll do all the way up until the day of the draft, starting today, we're going to do a mock draft every single day. And we'll probably start it a little bit different by day, picking maybe some various players. I mean, it's not really a lot you can, move around on, but what we'll do, maybe we'll start out with the top 4 receivers, maybe start out one day with the running backs, maybe start out one day with with a defensive tackle or edge rusher or an offensive lineman, and we'll just kind of see how everything goes. And then next week, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you guys to call in, and you're going to tell us, each person is going to tell us who to pick in the draft and whatever spot we're at. So you'll see how we'll do it. We'll do that for about 6 days. But again, we're going to deal with the 30 visits, Dallas Day, mock draft 1, and then we'll see if there's any miscellaneous news that may come across the wire while we are on. But again, man, I am telling y'all, it is not a lot on there, man. And if y'all break something, y'all let me know, because I'm just telling you, it is nothing. It is no news out there right now as far as the Dallas Cowboys go. It's not a lot of news out there, but let's get a roll call. All right. Let's go. John Jones, what's up with you? John Jones said, Nation, let's go. Yes, sir. The dude, what's up? It's prime time, G, for sure. For sure. I'm a little bit late, so I'll probably be in the middle of a lot of these, man. Everybody got so many shows going on now. It is incredible. But again, I'm just going to get in where I fit in. Lord Nova, what's going on? Steve Campanello, what up with you? He said, I appreciate what you're doing with the channel. You're killing it. It's nice to see real facts and someone who actually has some common sense. Hey, Steve, I appreciate what you're saying because I kind of try to be a common sense person. Some of us, we got guys who are really good at all the stats and the film and all of that stuff. And I think we all bring something to this. And I just try to bring common sense based on facts. That's where it is for me. And that's where it's going to be today. I'm just going to talk common sense today. That's all I'm going to do. I appreciate you. Robert Dudley, good day and good night, G. What's going on? Robert Dudley, boy, I did that Cowboys After Dark, man. I might have stayed up a little too late. That's why I'm starting late today. Keely boy, what up with you? He said, I hope that we draft Desmond Watson. We immediately stop teams' run game and tush push. Well, I think today when we look through the Cowboys top 30, or we look through the 30 visits, and when we look through the Dallas day, I think we may get somewhat of the painting palette that the Cowboys may be using on the draft board. So I can't wait to show you guys that. Some of you may have already seen it. What's going on, Mills 36? Yeah, I do not want that Breece Hall thing. That doesn't even make sense to me. Doesn't even make sense to me. When you can go in the draft, you don't have to worry about a fifth-year option because the Cowboys are going to be have to be dealing with a fifth-year option. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff. Man, you can go in here and get your running back you can control for 4 years and be more explosive than Breece Hall. No Breece Hall for me, my brother, but I appreciate it if you want him. Angie, what's going on? The Rebel Chicks, top five supporters, what's going on? Robert Dudley, Jets look better when they had Carter running back in B Hall. Okay, Jets been blown up a lot. What's going on? The Angry Cowboys fan, the man with the best voice in Cowboys Nation. I'm telling you straight up. This man, the Angry Cowboy fan, I love his voice. Love his channel, love the things that he do. If you haven't subscribed to him, please subscribe to the Angry Cowboys fan. Great Cowboys content creator. Again, I'm awake. What up with you? What up with you? Yes, sir. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm sure there'll be some more people coming in. Again, our topics for the day, 30 visits, Dallas Day, mock draft 1, miscellaneous news. Let's get it. Darren Posey, what up? Let's go.
Yes! Here we go.
Robert Ian 31, what's up with you? You see the topics on the screen for the day, man. We're going 30 visits, Dallas Day, mock draft 1, and miscellaneous news. The dude, what's up, what's up? Yes, sir, draft a rookie running back. He's way cheaper. Yes, that's one of my, why even fool? This was my thing even with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is a great wide receiver. Cooper Kupp's a great wide receiver. And, Keenan Allen, Cooper Kupp, I would have much rather had Keenan Allen if they were going to go for a wide receiver. But in all of that, when you're drafting at number 12, I just don't know if people understand I don't know if people understand what number 12 means. It not only means number 12, it literally means you will be at the 12th spot in every round of the draft. You can do some serious damage at that spot. This means that you will be able to get a top 5 wide receiver and a top 5 running back, hands down. Why even fool with anybody out there on the market? No, don't even do it. If you're going to get some offensive players, you go in this draft and get them so you can control them the same way you control CeeDee Lamb. You want to control their career for 7 years. It is what it is. I didn't write the rules, but this is what it is. Why fool with Breece Hall for 1 year? Then you got to turn back around and figure out, okay, what are you going to do as far as his 5th-year option and how much more money you want to pay him? Man, you're going to be able to get a rookie running back. You could get 2 running backs in this draft. and be cheaper than what you're probably going to be dealing with Damian Martinez. But again, I digress. Let's get to the start dealing with you would be dealing with Breece Hall. But I digress. Let's get into this 30-day visits.
Here we go.
So the 30 visits, or I said 30-day visits, the 30 visits. This is the 30 visits you get before the draft. And so I found a list, and this guy seems to be pretty popular. Let me see here. His name is Matt Owen. Seems to be pretty popular on X. A lot of people like his work, and he's kind of compiled a list of the 30 visits. 16 of the 30 have been reported so far. So when you look at this, I think it's going to paint a very clear picture. We got to see what the other 14 are going to look like. But I do believe that when you look at this, you're going to get a very clear picture, because when I looked at this, this looks similar to some of the stuff that I was doing is just in my own personal work. I mean, I'm not a draft expert, but just kind of looking at NFL Draft Buzz, I've been looking at that. Y'all been seeing me looking at that now for months, and just looking at some of the players on the list. And these players that the Cowboys brought in, for the most part, they are some of the people I've been looking at on that list. And then I saw a couple of names that I didn't recognize. But this is the list. Excuse me. This is the list that Matt Owen has put together. And as far as the wide receivers go, the 3 wide receivers, at least as of April the 8th, the 3 wide receivers the Cowboys have brought in, Tedera McMillan, Emeka Egbuka, and Luther Burden III. Those are the 3 wide receivers. Those are the 3 wide receivers. And we'll look at we'll look at the Dallas Day next. But as far as the 30 visits, McMillan, Egbuka, and Burden III, I am telling y'all, do not be surprised. Do not be surprised. I'm telling y'all, man, I would not be surprised if Jerry Jones is looking at Luther Burden III. Because when you think of, I'm just telling you, and I got some stuff, there's a couple things I got to get before I start. I'm going to try to, hopefully I'll get it in this weekend, and then I'll be able to do some film work, because right now the interface, and I'm about to go into total nerd talk right now, but the video capture card I use, it's a 4K capture card, but the issue is it does 30 frames a second. And so the issue is when you see the video I play sometimes, the reason why it looks a little, I don't know if you call it choppy, but it's missing frames per second, because most people record those sports videos in 60 frames per second. I know, I just hit you with total nerd talk. Well, I got a new capture card I'm getting that's going to be 4K 60 frames per second, and then we'll be able to look at that video, at the right speed to where it looks fluid, because I think it looks a whole lot better when it looks fluid. So I'll be doing some of that stuff next week and the week after. But I'm telling you, tell me who your favorite wide receiver is in this draft. Put Luther Burden's tape beside him. I'm telling you, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. You don't want to put Luther Burden III's tape beside your favorite wide receiver tape. You don't. Luther Burden III is the most explosive, complete wide receiver in this draft. And what I mean by that, when you get the combination of hands, route running, speed, moves, feet, footwork, Luther Burden III is a monster on the field. Problem is, it sounds like he's a diva off the field somewhat. But Luther Burden III, his tape it'll make you sick looking at your favorite wide receiver. And another one that'll make your favorite wide receiver look sick once he gets the ball in his hands, the overall most explosive wide receiver in this draft to me, I'm just talking about when he get the ball in his hands. Problem is, he got to get the ball in his hands. Savion Williams. Savion Williams. Y'all watch what I tell you. Whoever gets Savion Williams, watch what happens. Savion Williams is the most explosive, not the most complete, but the most explosive. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm not going to spoil it, but Savion Williams, I'm telling you, Savion Williams is a monster. And Teterow McMillan, I keep noticing in a lot of drafts, Teterow McMillan is going to the Carolina Panthers. That's where some of the mock drafts, I shouldn't say a lot, that's where some of the mock drafts have Teterow McMillan going. So if he makes it past the Carolina Panthers, he probably gets to the Cowboys. But man, I'm just telling you, y'all better be prepared. Y'all better be prepared for anything in this draft. There are going to be some teams that are probably going to shock everybody. Everybody's got them pinned on this one player, thinking they're going to get this one player, and they're going to fool everybody. And they're going to make a move that's going to make everybody like scratch their head like, I didn't expect that. Some of these teams in the top 11 may shock everybody by trading back. They may shock everybody and trade back. So we're going to see how it all shakes down. But as far as the wide receivers they brought in probably, and of course, if I'm not mistaken, Golden was in the house either yesterday or today, Matthew Golden, and we'll see if they count him as a local. He might be a local visit because he's here in Texas. But again, Teterow McMillan, Emeka Egbuka, and Luther Burden III. A lot of people got Burden ahead of Emeka, and I didn't understand it at first. But after I watched tape on it, I understand why they have Burden ranked ahead of Emeka. He's an absolute monster. And they're both around the same. Burden, 6 feet. They're both, Emeka is 6 feet, 7/8. I mean, okay, 6 feet. And then, of course, we got Teterow McMillan, who is he's a 6'4". He looks every bit of it. They got him at 195. I thought he was a little bit heavier than that. But again, when you look at these wide receivers right here, Teterow McMillan, you are not going to go wrong. Pure wide receiver. End of story. Hands catcher, Spider-Man hands. I've said it all before. You know, he's got the long, lanky body. He's going to be a very easy target because he's so tall. Fade routes, corner routes, everything you can name. Teterow McMillan, you're not going wrong with Teterow McMillan. Emeka, you're not going wrong either. Chain mover. Emeka Egbuka is a chain mover. He got speed. He's got some speed, break tackles. I think he has more separation than I've seen some people say that he has. He's got separation. Emeka got big playability. And then there's Luther Burden III, of course, and he's just a big play. He's just a big play wide receiver, hands down. So in the running backs, I'm pretty happy about this. I'm glad that the Ohio State running backs are at the top of their list. It's almost like me and the Joneses have been talking because I've been saying Travion Henderson from day one. I am not going to be mad if the Cowboys get Travion Henderson. Now, if you want a little bit more of a thumper, Quinshon Judkins is 221. And man, you better believe me, those 20 pounds matter. Quinshon Judkins, we're going to watch some tape on him next week. Man, Quinshon Judkins is a beast too. He's a beast too. And he played with Travion Henderson, so we probably didn't even see the best of Quinshon Judkins. Yeah, he'll beast. Absolutely. And then there's the wild card, Bashul Tootin. Man, after this dude's combine and watching his tape, Bashul Tootin is a beast. Amarion Hampton, people keep talking about the Cowboys are going to draft him at 12. This is where I am with Amarion Hampton. If you want him, get him at 12. But that may be a little rich for Amarion Hampton. You might be able to trade back and still get Amarion Hampton and maybe pick up a 4th-round draft pick. But Amarion Hampton has been in. And then at offensive tackle, everybody knows Kelvin Banks Jr. I've been seeing a lot of you guys talk about him. Now, this name is new to me, Jonah Savania. That's new to me. I'm not really up on him. Another one of these, another Arizona kid. Man, I've been seeing some people talk crazy about Shamar Stewart. I've been seeing some people talking about they'll be furious if the Cowboys get Shamar Stewart with a 1st-round draft pick. Y'all tell me what you think. And then there's Michael Williams from Georgia. I mean, he's going to be a beast. And then you got James Pierce Jr. from Tennessee, Walter Nolan, the defensive tackle, Alfred Collins, the defensive tackle, Siobhan Revelle Jr., cornerback, Andrew Makuba, safety. Now, if you look at this, and if you just went by best player available for the Cowboys, and we really got to just kind of narrow that down. It's not just best player available. It's best player available based on what they still need. It's wide receiver. So the issue is the Cowboys are going to have to pick one of these three, and then they're going to come back and pick one of these running backs. And then the draft takes off officially on day 3 for the Cowboys. Because I think day 1 is simple. Wide receiver, running back. The only way it flips running back first, in my estimation, is some kind of way by a miracle. Ashton Jeanty winds up at number 12. Ashton Jeanty winds up at number 12. It'll be a no-brainer. Cowboys will break that. The Cowboys will break the podium getting up there, putting that card in for Ashton Jeanty. And then after that, number 2, Tedder McMillan will be off the board by the time the Cowboys come back around the second time. And that's where you may see the Cowboys with maybe a Luther Burden III, and they're actually projecting them to be gone by the second round. So if the Cowboys get Ashton Jeanty, man, let me tell you, y'all think about this dilemma. If the Cowboys do get Ashton Jeanty, y'all tell me where y'all on this. Y'all are on this, and I'm gonna go to the chat. If Ashton Jeanty was to fall to the Cowboys, it's not gonna happen, but by some slim chance, the Cowboys then pick their poison. Do you want Ashton Jeanty and fall to the second tier of wide receivers? Or do you get the first tier of wide receivers and still be within the first tier of running backs? Because if you get Ashton Jeanty first, Ted, Emeka, Burden III, they're off there. They're off there. Golden, they're off there. You will not get the circle back around on those 4 wide receivers. You will not get the circle back around. You will not. So if Jeanty is there, the Cowboys will have to decide. Well, then they will not get that first tier of wide receivers. Now, I've been seeing some people make a case for Trey Harris. I've been seeing some people make a case for Trey Harris. So we'll see how that goes. But again, this is kind of where the Cowboys went on their draft. On their visit so far. And so, just based on the visits, you can tell it's kind of look like the priorities. It kind of looks like the priorities. And the third round is really going to tell us kind of where I think they are also on Trayvon Diggs, because if the Cowboys go cornerback in the third round, Diggs is cooked. If the Cowboys go cornerback in the third round, Diggs is as good as gone, because they already got Kyer Elam. Then they'll have another third round cornerback, man. Trayvon Diggs is cooked. If there's a top cornerback sitting there at third, I wouldn't be surprised if they did it. But we're gonna see how that goes. Let me greet a couple more of y'all. Y'all coming in. I appreciate you. Robert M, what's going on? Miss Matrix, good to see you. Big Mace, what's going on with you? Darren Posey, what up? What up? Again, DJ Bruce Wayne, what's going on with you? Kroger's, what's up? What up with you? Man, appreciate it. He said, keep doing what you're doing. I'm rocking with you, Kroger's. I like that. Appreciate you. Jerry, what's up, my man? Yes, sir. Shawd, what's up? Shawd, he said, I'm on the fence. Mills, he said, what do you think about the tush push? Stop it. Stop it. That's all you need to do. You got to find a way to stop it. It seems to be a legal play. You just got to stop it. I don't know anything else to tell people. You got to stop it. But again, I'm telling us, my man P Funk, what's going on with you? Yes, sir. Troy Dudley in the crib. What's up, David Everett? Good to see y'all, man. Yes, sir. The dude said, I'm with you, G. I say go with Emeka. He reminds me of T.O. when it comes to size and skill set. Emeka's got a serious skill set. Emeka's got a serious skill set. He does. He does. He have a serious skill set. Okay, you mentioned Caleb Johnson. Okay, we're going to look at the Cowboys Dallas Day list, Big Mace, and let's see if he made that list. Because we're talking about two different lists. Two different lists. This is the out of Texas guys, if I'm not mistaken. The Texas guys are on another list. Robert M. talking about Savion. Yeah, Savion needs some work, but man, he checks a lot of the boxes. Burden is more polished, though, and he can stretch the field. I'm telling you, I'm probably the only one in this boat, Robert M. Now, y'all can blame Angie as it pertains to me and my affinity for one Savion Williams, because she's the one who kept talking about Savion Williams. Savion Williams, he's a dog. And then after I watched the tape, I was like, okay, he's an absolute dog out there. But if you're talking explosive, if you want explosive with the ball in their hands, do not put on Burden, do not put on Luther Burden's tape, and do not put on Savion Williams' tape. Don't do it. Don't do it. It might sway you. It might sway you no matter how you feel about your wide receiver. It may sway you. This dude is crazy. The dude, he says Shamar Stewart is going to produce on the next level. But at 12, I don't think the Cowboys can afford it on the D-line. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people are saying. They're saying that 12 would be too rich for him. Same thing they're saying about Amarian Hampton. They're saying 12 is too rich for him too. What up, Dominique? Yes, sir. Good to see you. Xavier, what's going on with you? Yeah, a lot of people are saying he's too rich for the blood. Chenard, he says first-tier wide receivers are trade back. Chenard, let me tell you, this is a conundrum for the Cowboys if Genty is there, which they probably will not be faced with this, Chenard. But I'm telling you, if Genty is there, oh, you're out of them first-tier wide receivers. You're out of those first-tier wide receivers. Now, me, I had a mock draft I did last night. I'm going to post a video of it. And strangely enough, when I did this mock draft, Ashton Genty was first. And, man, when I picked Ashton Genty first, man, all the wide receivers were blown off the board by the time I got back around. All the wide receivers were blown off the board. And what I actually wound up doing on that particular mock draft, I wound up getting Savion Williams and Dante Thornton. I wound up getting those two because all the wide receivers that basically blew off the board by the time I got back around. And I do think that if the Cowboys wind up with an Ashton Genty, they're at the second tier of wide receivers. I agree with Angie. She said hit that like button. I agree with her. We got 115, 117. We only got 33. Let's get them likes up. Hallelujah. What's going on? Oh, she said they didn't send me the notice. I don't know what they be doing. Man, YouTube actually do be tripping like that sometimes. They do. Alex, what's going on? Good to see you. So again, I really do think this is giving us some insight into where the Cowboys are going to go. I said from the beginning, I will not be mad if the Cowboys get Emeka and Travion Henderson. They're used to playing in the big games. They're highly skilled. I mean, the moment will never be too big for them. Travion Henderson reminds me of Ezekiel Elliott. So, and again, I will not be mad if the Cowboys get Quinshon Judkins either, because I'm telling you, Quinshon Judkins, if you're Travion to me is more of the finesse of the two. Quinshon Judkins is more of the power back of the two. So I will not be mad with either one of them. I will not be mad with either one of them. And even when you start talking about Ted Emeka and Luther Burden III, I will not be mad at either one of those either. I will not be mad at either one of those either. My man Poobie D, this is the man you call when you need somebody to have your back. What's going on with you? Richard, what's up? He said, I say wide receiver first. CD needs more help, and we need more playmakers down the field. Yes. And I do believe wide receiver will be first. I do think, because if you pick wide receiver first, it gives you more flexibility of the run, because the running backs to me are deeper. The running backs are deeper in this draft than the wide receivers. Man, I'm just being honest with us. There's a team out there. Bashul Tootin is projected to go in the third. Damian Martinez, I think, is projected to go back there in the fifth. There are some running backs like them, as well as them. Watch what I tell you. They go to the right team, they're going to be absolute juggernauts. they're going to be absolutely dominant. Bashul Tootin, man, he the wild card to me. Bashul Tootin's going to hit somebody's team, and he could, man, Bashul Tootin could literally be one of the top backs in the rookie class this coming season. Bashul Tootin looks that doggone good, man. He looks that good on tape. And, man, he bring a load. 5'9", 206. This dude brings a load, man. He does. He absolutely brings a load. So I would not be mad. But I would rather the Cowboys, because if you're gonna get a Bashul Tootin, you're definitely saying you're trading back, because Bashul is probably going to be available if you get back around to the third round, and that's not a knock on him. It's just the fact that the doggone running back draft is so doggone deep. It is so doggone deep that you could pick a position before the running backs and you're still going to get a good one, because the only one that everyone is calling generational is Ashton Jeanty. And again, the number 3 pick is going to be everything. The number 3 pick is going to set the whole draft off. The New York Giants are not going to shock me if they get Ashton Jeanty. They're not going to shock me. You got 2 veteran quarterbacks. You already know that no matter what you do, you still got more pieces to put together. There's a lot of people that keep saying that Shedeur Sanders is sliding down the draft. They're saying he's sliding down the draft. And I think some of, I don't know. I'm just starting to wonder if some of the Sanders stuff is absolute hatred. And nothing to do with his skin color. I think there may be a stigma against him because he's a Sanders. I just think there may be an issue against him because he's a Sanders. And another part of me, I got to be honest and say that maybe some of it isn't any of those two. Some of it is maybe there are scouts on teams that are truthfully looking at him and evaluating him honestly and saying, we don't think he's a number 3 pick. We don't think he's worth the number 3 pick. You know, I think those 3 scenarios are at play. I think his personality is too big for some. And again, his personality is big. His father's personality was big. But when you talk about personality versus the talent level, Shedeur, as talented as he is, the talent level is not at the level of where Deion Sanders' talent level was when Deion Sanders was walking around with the chains and the Jerry curl. Everybody knew who Deion. Everybody knew Deion was him. Everybody knew Deion was him. People didn't care anything Deion was talking about. If they could get him, they were getting him. So you're talking about a different talent level and all of those things. But I'm telling us right now, that number 3 pick gonna be everything. That number three pick is going to be everything. It absolutely is going to be everything. If Shedeur does not go there, there will be a ripple effect, because there is someone that's going to be willing to give up who they were going to get Shedeur Sanders. And it is being said, Kellen Moore is fond of one Shedeur Sanders. And again, who knows? Man, what if the Cleveland Browns shocked us? What if the Cleveland Browns said, we want Shedeur Sanders? Shock everybody. That top 11 before the Cowboys is going to be incredible. I'm here for it. My man Poopy D, he said he got me. 808 Cowboy, he said Ibuka is an all-around smart wide receiver that blocks great. Yeah, I think he's an all-around receiver too. Perfect team guy and wide receiver too. Burden is high ceiling with not great blocking, true, and issues with slacking and effort in some plays. Also devious tendencies. And 808 Cowboy, I appreciate that comment. And let me tell you why he's a diva. Because he's good. Let me tell you something about Luther Burden III. This dude knows he's good. Luther Burden III absolutely knows he's good. I once told my mom, I was talking about a girl one time that I liked, and I told my mom, I said, you know, she really thinks she's pretty. And my mom looked at me and she said, you do know she got a mirror, right? She looks at herself in the mirror. No, she don't think she's pretty. She knows she's pretty because the girl was pretty. And it's the same thing with Luther Burden III. Luther Burden III knows. Luther Burden III knows he's next level. He does. I think that's the issue that people are talking about. The dude know he next level. He talented. He is. And he knows he's going to the pros. But he better get a harness on that because it will really hamper him maybe getting somewhere that he might really want to get. But again, I know why Luther Burden III is like he is. Man, when you look at that dude tape, you're like, oh, I see it. I see it. Anthony B., you're the second person that said, I think people are sleeping on DJ Giddens. I heard some people talking about people sleeping on Trey Harris too. Angie, I haven't looked at Makuba yet. I'm gonna be doing some film work here over the next couple of days. Poopy D, Ibuka's a nice gritty receiver. He will help us in the run game. Yeah, he's good. He's good as far as his blocking goes. That's for sure. He is for sure. Shaw said they're gonna regret it if they don't. Shadour's a natural born star. Shaw, you know, again, I think this is one of the problems with people when it comes to Shador. They're mad at the fact that he's like his father is in the way that he talks, in the way he carries himself, because he's another person. He's confident in who he is. He knows he's putting in the work. He knows his skill level. He's confident in what he's doing. Now, me, I'm built. I ain't gonna say I don't want to say I'm different than everybody else, but I'm gonna say I'm different than everybody else. That kind of talk wouldn't bother me in the least. That kind of talk wouldn't bother me. As long as I'm looking at your tape and your tape is translating, I can handle all the talking. I can handle it. Angry Cowboys fan, I think this is a part of the reason why he may drop, because some people think he's not that good. He wouldn't even be the number 2 quarterback. He wouldn't be the second overall quarterback in the draft if his name wasn't Sanders. And that's a question that we can't answer. I mean, we can't answer it. But some of them scouts, Angry Cowboys fan, they're looking at him saying, no, he actually wouldn't be there if he wasn't Deion Sanders' son. I'm awake. He said the Giants are going with Abdul Carter. Well, they got the number 3 spot, so Cleveland's got the number 2 spot. So everyone's saying that Cleveland's going to get Abdul Carter. Pete, what's going on with you? So we're going to see what it looks like, but man, I'm telling you, the number 3 pick, if the Giants don't get Shador Sanders, megaton bomb. Megaton bomb in this draft. And I don't think it's going to shock everybody. It's just going to, I think everybody's going to understand what that means. Y'all remember, we had the 2 quarterbacks that I can remember that dropped. And actually there's 3. I forgot the other kid's name. Let me look him up. There are 2 quarterbacks that have dropped in the draft. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was tripping. Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was almost in tears. The crazy thing is, do y'all know that Lamar Jackson was almost a second round draft pick quarterback? He almost made it to the second round. But again, he should be thanking God, because he wound up going to the Baltimore Ravens. Sometimes these quarterbacks are not understanding. Bro, you go to a bad team, you might not make it out of that team even being a starting quarterback again. Look at Zach Wilson. Mitchell Trubisky. Bro, the best thing that could happen to you, if I was Shador Sanders, and the New York Giants don't get me and I don't go number 3, I'm not even tripping. I would much rather fall to a team that is better than a team that I know is going to take 2 to 3 years to build. No, I'd rather fall to a good team. He already got the money. I would rather fall to a good team. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'd rather be like Patrick Mahomes. I'd rather fall to the point and somebody trade up and get me. I don't want to go to a bad team. I'm just telling you the truth. Neo, not from the Matrix. Appreciate you. Neo said, I would be excited if we got Makuba. He reminds me of Overshown, just as safety. And we're going to see I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, 1 and 2, wide receiver, running back. You can do what you want to do at third. We already know Marquise Bell is going to be one of those safeties. I believe Marquise Bell is going to be one of those safeties. They re-signed Easy. Maybe they go get Makuba. But I am not going to be surprised in that third round if they go defensive tackle again, edge rusher, or cornerback. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm just not going to be surprised. But again, this is their 30 visits. Now, let's take a look at their Dallas day. Again, I appreciate you, Neo. Let's look at their Dallas Day visits. Their Dallas Day visits really give us a really good tale of the tape, too. Okay, Dallas Day. Let's look at these. This is who we see so far on Dallas Day. Let's see if some of you guys' other favorite players are on here. Now, this would be a stunner to me. This would be an absolute stunner if the Cowboys went and got another quarterback. This would be a stunner to me. I've heard people mentioning this. There are some people talking that the Cowboys could actually go in this draft and get another quarterback. I seriously doubt it. I don't want no part of Quinn Ewers. Yeah, I'm panicking hard right now. You're right. You're right. I don't know what is going on, Darren Posey. Man, I got 1G already. I'm gonna have to upgrade. I was already telling my wife I'm gonna have to upgrade. I'm gonna have to upgrade, man, to this doggone 2G stuff now and see if they have some kind of 2G stuff now and see if they have some kind of backup on here.